So as you know, now on the web, you can go raise money through platforms like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and this is called crowdfunding. Now, crowdfunding is changing the way people raise money. Traditionally, you would have to go to private investors, go to your family, go to incubators to try to go raise money for your company. Now you can pitch your idea through these platforms and people will pitch into you and give you money to get your product to reality. But the sad part of all this is that no matter how much money is raised through these platforms, 70% of the crowdfunding campaigns on the web, they fail. I believe the numbers are 80% fail on Indiegogo, and on Kickstarter, I believe it's 70%. So it's a pretty high number of failures. And the reason for this failure is because the people who start these projects, they're not marketers. They're product people who came up with a really cool idea and they want to bring it to life. And so they put it out on these platforms and they really hope that they can rile up enough friends and family and hopefully get traffic from these platforms itself to create awareness that they will hit their financial goal. It's okay, but majority of times these campaigns fail. I've helped out companies that are trying to raise just $7,000 and they've not been able to hit that goal through what I just mentioned. Then there's companies who want to do $100,000 and by no means by applying what I just mentioned can they hit their financial goals. So how do you do that? I think the biggest part of all this is, and you can read on this on the web by the way, there are a lot of people who failed at their campaigns have spoken about this. I'm going to recap what they've talked about today and what I'm going through as well as I'm running a Kickstarter campaign. The biggest part of this is marketing. And for most product owners of a crowdfunding campaign, marketing is scary because they've never done it before. They're not sure how to connect all the technical pieces to make it work. And I understand that's a big pain. Hopefully this video will give you some insight and you have better luck when you run your campaign. If you need help, feel free to reach out to me. My name is Lloyd and my email is lj@portalnation.com. So let's get started. Okay, so this is your Kickstarter page, for example, okay? You have your product information, you have your packages that you were trying to sell. Now, yes, you will get traffic from Kickstarter traffic coming here, but it won't be huge volume. And remember, the best way to get a lot of traffic from Kickstarter, for example, or any other platform rather, is to get featured in their email newsletters and on their homepage. However, think about it this way. Those platforms are businesses. They make money every time a campaign is successfully hit their goals and they take 5 to 6%, whatever it may be. So if your product is looking like it's a weak product, the video is not attractive, the content and the package is not attractive, there's very little chance that those sites want to feature you in their email newsletter or their website. So a very small percentage get picked up for that. So what about the rest of them, right? So the rest of the guys like us, we have to do marketing to drive traffic to our page. Now, what is well known is that you never launch a campaign just right on Kickstarter. You need to do a little bit of work before the campaign starts. So what I recommend is creating a page called a pre-launch page. Now, a pre-launch page's job is this. It's going to look a lot like a Kickstarter page where you're going to talk about your product and give all the details to get the party interested. And what you're going to do is saying, I'm launching soon. Please give me a name and email. I will keep you posted as to the progress of the product. And when we launch, I will send you an email and invite you to be an early backer on my product and you'll get a discount, okay? So this is called a pre-launch page. So all the leads that come in here get saved into a leads database. This requires a little bit of technical setup. If you use something like MailChimp, for example, they have a forms tool that you can use. You still have to do a little bit of coding, unfortunately. There's no easy solution. There are a lot of form tools that you can quickly create this form. However, you're still stuck with having to code this thing to go store it into some sort of CRM. It could be MailChimp or any other platform. So you'll need a little technical help here. If you don't have help with that, just contact me. Now, another thing you can do is once a lead is gathered here, you can take them to the next step, which is a viral sharing, which basically means that you ask them, hey, could you please share this in addition to your friends and colleagues on your Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever it may be. And the way you do that and you incentivize them is saying on this page you can say, hey, if you share, I will give you the first chapter of my book right now for free. Or if you share, I will give you some sort of accessory that goes with the item you're buying. You're basically incentivizing them, and it's totally fine because a small percent will share, and what happens is when that 1 to 2% share, Those people are going to post on Facebook and social media. Their friends are going to come to this page, and now you've got free traffic coming to this page. Those people are going to go through the process. Again, they're going to see the viral process. They're going to go, hey, I want to win that accessory. They're going to sign up and now drive more traffic to your page. So now this loop starts to happen because of virality in there. A lot of pre-launch pages don't have this. I highly recommend having this. Now all those people going in there, again, are going into your leads page. Your lead list is getting bigger and bigger. Okay, so we've got one process set up. Now, how do you get people to this page itself is the first question, right? So you'll start off with your social. You probably have a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. If you don't, please set one up for your product and your campaign. Then once it's set up, you should put content up because you don't want to have blank content on your Facebook and Instagram. People are going to know you're just spamming them at that point. So for example, when I've done campaigns, I have filled up each of these channels about 25 pieces of items. It could be articles, it could be pictures of the product, it could be videos of the product, whatever it may be. Have content ready so that when you invite people to come check you out, you actually have something on there. So you can start off with your family and friends. Reach out to every single one of them and say, hey, please support me. I'm doing this. Can you please check out my Facebook page? And they check the page, and there's a link on that page that drives them to your pre-launch page. So all these folks are coming to your page, and hopefully their family and friends, they like you a lot. They go, sure, Lloyd, keep me informed. They flash information, they go through a viral process, and now virality starts. And next you can go into communities. There are lots of forums based on various topics. There are LinkedIn groups, there are Facebook groups. All these places, you need to sort of participate before you can start saying, hey, come check out my product. You don't want to look like a spammer. So before you start announcing anything about your pre-launch page, go into this community, start interacting with people, leave comments, leave ideas, be involved in the community. And then when you post, your community will accept you because you've actually been participating in the community rather than just spitting out like some language to come check out your site. So these will again drive traffic to your page, and again the virality kicks in. If you've got some cash saved up, and hopefully you do for a Kickstarter campaign, you should run paid ads. You can get on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram. Google's a little pricey, but if you can afford it, go ahead and do it. And you can run ads for, like, let's say about 30 days time. Keep a budget of 50 to 100 bucks, and you can test out all kinds of ad copy, ad designs to see what sort of ads are driving the most amount of leads into your pre-launch page. Okay. Next are contests. So contests are kind of cool because you can run these on Facebook and you give something away and you get people excited to sign up for your list. So a contest is an easy way to get some more traffic coming to your leads page. If you've got a blog, you should be blogging a lot, creating content, and it might get picked up by Google if you have enough time for their spiders to scrape your site, and that'll drive you additional traffic. If you create really good content, go onto these communities and start posting stuff. Hey, I wrote this really cool article about X topic. Since this relates to this community, I thought you guys could check it out and give me some feedback. So that will generate additional traffic to your site. They will see what you're doing, and again, they will come back to your pre-launch page. Lastly, influencers. It is the way to go. Reach out to masses of people is through influencers. Some influencers will want a product from you. Some will want lots of images from you, for example. So depending on your situation, if you can provide them a product, they'll do an actual review and post it up for their followers to check out. And if one influencer has, for example, like 50,000 followers, that's a lot of traffic that you're getting visibility to, and hopefully a portion of them will come to your page and sign up. So influencers are a great way to work with them. There's influencers on YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, and so on. The idea I would suggest is try to create a list of who you want to talk to. Build a big list, at least 500 people minimum, because a very, very small percentage is actually going to correspond with you. And so you want to increase your chances of hopefully hitting the 1% or 2% of your influence that you've contacted to come work with you. So again, these people are all going to drive traffic to your page. Now with all this traffic coming and virality kicking in, your leads is going kind of out the roof, right? Now you've got all these leads. Now what you need to do is keep these leads posted as to what's happening on the project. Remember, from this page, which is a pre-launch page, to your crowdfunding page, you might have a hop of, let's say, 30 to like 90 days before you're ready to launch, because you're doing certain activities and you want to get lead lists ready. So in this time span, these leads are gonna go cold. They're gonna forget who you are and what they even signed up for. So your job is just keep them nurtured, and the way to do that is to send out emails. I would suggest at least once every other week, where you keep them posted on what's happening with products, send some product pictures, honest testimonial, what's going on with the product. If you're having some pains, keep them posted on the pains. Honesty always helps develop better relationship with you. So keep them posted using email. Again, you'll have to figure out how to integrate this into an email provider like MailChimp or any other companies. I'm just mentioning MailChimp because that's what comes on top of my mind, but there's so many companies. If you need help with that part, contact me, okay? And now you drip in a constant amount of emails to these people, keeping them warm. The day your campaign goes live, you're gonna do a blast email to all these folks saying, hey, we've launched, please come and support me, please buy my packages. So that hopefully you've got a good amount of lead lists and those people are coming in on day one. Statistically, it's said that if you can get 30% of your financial goal on this campaign in the first 7 days, you are more likely to succeed. So if you're saying 30% of your funding has to happen in 7 days, that means you better have a good amount of lead lists willing to come in and pitch in your product. If you're raising $1,000, it's a little easier, but if you're raising $100,000, that's $30,000 you have to raise. That means you have to have a good amount of leads generated to drive traffic here. So the little prep work ensures that you are going to have a successful campaign. Okay, now when the campaign is live, you're going to get bombarded immediately by agencies. These are basically companies who've been created to help crowdfunding campaigns hit their goals. Now what they do is they will ask you for an upfront fee to decide if they want to work with you. Okay. Next is they will want a cut of the entire funds that you raise. And beware, the amounts are pretty crazy. It can range anywhere from 10% all the way to 40%. So I would obviously negotiate if you were talking to one of them. There are a lot of fees involved, so go down and learn everyone's costing before you decide to go work with them. Talk to multiple agencies. Don't stick with one only because they were so nice to you or they called you first. Reach out to a bunch of them. I can also provide a link later on which has a list of agencies I've heard of and what I've researched about them. Okay, so let's say your campaign is running for, let's say 40 days, okay? Whereas 0 day, this is 40 days. Now, if you've done your good job generating leads, these people are driving up the purchase products for you. Now, what's gonna happen is after these people are kind of burnt out, your sales are gonna drop. You might get lucky along the way where like you've driven so much traffic, these platforms go, hey, this is a really cool product, it's getting a lot of traction, why don't we feature this thing? So you might get picked up at some point for their newsletter or their homepage. But let's not put our bets on that. So what do you do here? Now, what you can do is you can continue running paid ads to drive traffic. And these paids are sitting on Facebook, your social media like Instagram, Pinterest, and if you have the finances, go on Google Ads and run Google Ads as well. So by doing that, now you're driving these people directly to your Kickstarter page, and this is hopefully going to keep maintaining your sales numbers. Now, agencies can also come in and help you out. You can go and contact them and say, hey, I'm willing to work with you guys, let's negotiate something, and these guys can drive in additional traffic to keep running your sales. So this is what I think is a good basic game plan for your crowdfunding campaign. Hopefully by doing this, you will hit your goal and raise whatever amount that you wanted to raise. I wish you good luck. If you guys have any questions about anything I've shown here today, shoot me an email, lj@portalnation.com, and I wish you guys good luck. Thanks.